It's been a while since I did a video on NIO. However, lately there's been a lot of good news and some bad news revolving around NIO and the overall EV sector. So strap in. We got a lot of ground to cover. The good, the bad, the ugly going on with NIO right now. Hey guys, Corey here. Welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. If it's your first time, be sure to subscribe and tap that bell. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up as it greatly helps the channel grow. I just want to give a big thank you to everyone who signed up for my masterclass bootcamp, my Discord, and my full training course with one-on-one coaching. I love you, fam. Thank you so much. And like I told you guys, from the bottom of my heart, what drives me every day is helping you guys achieve your financial dreams, your financial goals. As I told myself, once I achieved my financial freedom, that I would help others achieve the same goal. So you can see on the screen all the people that have joined, all the comments of everyone who's having a good time and learning. So if you guys are interested in expanding your knowledge and bettering yourself and achieving the financial success and goals that you deserve, you guys can sign up for my one-on-one coaching, Discord, and full training course at any time at investwithcorey.com right there on the screen or in the information box below. And if you guys are not ready to dive into that yet, you can sign up for my free newsletter, which is in the information box below. Free emails, tips, and strategies delivered to your email box every single week. All right, we're covering NIO today. It's been a while. I got my notes. A lot of stuff to cover on NIO. It's been a barn burner for the EV sector over the last week. A lot of hot news, a lot of sympathies going on. So first things first, let's talk about the good stuff surrounding NIO. Contemporary AmpereX technology is going to develop batteries for NIO. They got proprietary charging stations and proprietary battery swap technology, which is a very big plus for NIO. Their net debt is negative $3.1 billion, which means they have $3.1 billion in the positive, meaning no debt. And they're sitting on just under $6 billion in cash. I think they actually have more cash than that now. Quarter two deliveries have more than doubled to 57,373 plus vehicles, which is up 143.9% year over year. NIO right now, besides that news, is also benefiting from the sympathies in the sector. Tesla has also reported a lot of good news, and their revenue and sales are now up. That data is now out as of a few days ago. And not only that, the billions of dollars and the partnership between Rivian and Volkswagen. This is really big for the sector, but not only that, Li Auto reported 47,744 deliveries, which is up 46.7% in the last year. And this is EV deliveries. So between Li Auto, Tesla, Rivian, and the good news coming from NIO, the sector is somewhat recovering right now. It's a good time to get into the EV sector. Tesla's up like $48 in the last week. Rivian's up like $4 in the last week and a half. At one point, it was closer to $7. And NIO is even up 40 or 50 cents. Actually, it's a little bit more than that, more like 60 or 70 cents in the last week. However, not everything is good surrounding NIO. We have a couple of things that are kind of holding the stock down. The European Union is also imposing a tariff on all EV vehicles made in China. This tariff is going to be up to 37.6%. Ursula von der Leyen has said that this is to prevent a flood of cheap vehicles flowing into Europe. So NIO is going to have to either absorb the tariffs or raise prices on their vehicles to make up for it. Chinese vehicles in the European market are up from less than 1% in 2019 to over 8% currently, and it's projected to be over 15% by 2025, which means it's going to more than double from where it is now to next year. Another issue for the European market is that Chinese vehicles are typically 20% cheaper than European-made vehicles like BMW, Mercedes. So the issue for NIO is, can they continue to deliver vehicles into Europe? Are they going to be able to absorb these tariffs? How is that going to affect their income, their revenue, their profitability, the cash flow? How much impact is this going to have? On the bright side of things, Chinese Passenger Car Association says that European tariffs are going to have a modest impact on most Chinese companies because the 37% tariff, or up to 37%, is significantly less than the American tariff. Another real issue with NIO is that it's an ADR stock, which is in some form risky due to double taxation, exchange rates on foreign currencies, and they're a little bit more expensive to hold. The real issue here for NIO is their earnings. They're still not profitable yet. Their EPS, their PE ratio, price to sales. There's just a lot of things going on with NIO NIO that aren't quite profitable. With this tariff situation in Europe, this is not a good thing. And NIO is, at this point in time, very unlikely to make its way to the United States, at least not for the next 3 to 5 years or maybe even longer. And this really is a problem because of the tariffs and taxation. And the likelihood of NIO coming to the United States, like I said, is somewhat low due to these tariffs. Actually, it's really low. And with Europe putting a 37% tariff or up to 37%, this can also hinder things for NIO. A lot of proprietary technology in NIO, which is a good thing. However, between the tariffs in Europe and the United States and a lot of the overhead costs and the EV sector struggling over the last few years makes it really difficult for NIO. Lately, the news is good. Deliveries are up. Sales are getting better. If they can get past the tariffs in Europe and keep delivering more and more vehicles, and they can deliver us a profitable earnings report, this is a good sign for NIO. Ultimately, though, with everything the way it is, I think NIO right now is a better buy than it was a few months ago. If they meet or beat the next earnings, which is coming up just around the corner, then we're in good shape. And at this point in time, with the sector doing as well as it is, I think NIO is a buy. There's a sympathy in the sector. The EV sector looks like it's recovering, and NIO is also doing well, which means if Tesla and Rivian start to do better as well, and they keep going up, and NIO is doing decently, there's sympathy there, and the price of NIO will keep going up, which means it's good for NIO investors. So as long as the sector keeps doing well, and NIO keeps doing well, and at least meets or even beats the earnings, then everything will be okay with NIO. And at this point, I think NIO is a pretty good investment, although I would not hold any more than 5% of your portfolio in NIO. It really comes down to three things. One, sector sentiment. Tesla and Rivian, are they both doing good? Because if they are doing well, then that's good for NIO. Number two, is NIO doing good? Are their deliveries up? Their revenue, their sales, which right now are good. Both are very good signs. So as long as NIO at least meets the earnings estimate going forward, then everything is good to invest in NIO right now. But like I said, keep it to a minimum of 1 to 3% and a maximum of 5 to 10% of your portfolio. I just want to point out that I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I'm just here to give you guys tips, strategies, technicals, fundamentals, financials, market sentiment, and help guide you in the market. However, it's ultimately up to you to decide which companies and stocks to put your money into and how much of a position size you have in those stocks, options, or strategies, as it's ultimately your money. We can see here that NIO has quite some resistance at $4.40. Seems to be a really strong point for the stock. Actually, a little bit lower, somewhere in between $4.25 and $4.40, but that's where the floor seems to be right now. It has dipped as low as $3.79, but that was back in April. Right now, going forward, I would consider $4.25 to $4.50 the support. That's where the stock is really strong. It's now up resisting in the $4.90 to $5 range. Once we can break above $5, we should be able to hold that. So NIO looks like it's stronger now than it has been at any point since January. So for 2024, right now, NIO is at its strongest point, in my opinion. Although back in March and January, the stock was in the $5.85 range. And I can show you that what's really hurting NIO is the past two earnings they've missed. The one before it was pretty good in December, and the one before that was bad. NIO doesn't have a very good track record of good earnings. However, with the deliveries being as high as they are in June, I anticipate that earnings is going to be a lot better going forward. June is going to be in the earnings for September. 3 months per quarter, January, February, March, then April, May, June. They doubled up on sales in June. That is going to be in their earnings for September. So I anticipate their earnings in September is going to meet or beat the expectation. So if you're going to get into NIO, now is the time. My price target for NIO for earnings, if they meet or beat earnings, which they should based on June's data, then I expect the price for NIO to be around $5.75 to $6 at least. So right now, there is a 15% upside to NIO potentially already, just with earnings coming up. So in my opinion, now is the time. They just broke above the 100-day average. The 10 and the 20 are about ready to cross above the 100-day. And not only that, the 10 is above the 20. So they're in an uptrend. NIO can move above $5 right here and stay moving upward and consolidate at $5. That is very good news going forward. And considering earnings is only a month and a half away, I anticipate NIO to move a lot higher than $5, like I said. So here we are on the options chain for NIO. If you guys like the strategies that I employ in this video and other videos, and you're looking to expand your knowledge in the market, maybe you're not profitable and you want to achieve financial freedom, I offer full one-on-one coaching, full training course, and Discord. If you guys are interested, you can sign up on my website at any time, right there in the screen. screen, investwithcorey.com, or in the information box below. If you're not ready to join, you can also sign up for the free newsletter with tips and strategies delivered right to your email box every single week, absolutely free. If you guys are wondering how the training is and how my coaching is, you guys can see the comments below on this video. All of my members typically jump into my videos and explain their experiences and share them with you guys. And not only that, you can see the comments on the screen as well of all of my current students that absolutely love my way of coaching. So we're going to go out here and click on sell, click on put. You guys can sell a $5 put for $33, which you could probably get filled more or less at 34 or maybe even 35 if you wait for the price to come down just a little bit. We can go out to July 19th, which is 2 weeks out. And then your break-even price is $4.65, which is kind of close to the support, which is totally safe for me. I would do $5 puts. You could also do $4.50 puts and try to get filled around $12, which is pretty decent, but it's unlikely to get filled. I would just sell $5 puts, and if the price goes down to say $4.70, you can roll out and down to $4.50, and you can go all the way out to the end of August. The idea is to try to get in, but right now the bottom kind of is $4.50-ish, even $5, especially if it gets above $5 today and tomorrow. You really want to look at the delta, and we can see the delta here is 53, so you're highly likely to get a sign, because if NIO falls below 5, even to 4.90, you still get assigned, but you're collecting $35 or $33 juicy premium on the $5 put here, which gives you a break-even price of right around $4.65 to $4.70. So if NIO goes to $4.90, you're still in profits once you get into the stock. If you want to sell a $4.50, the delta is 25, a lot safer, but less premium. So if you must sell a $4.50, let's go out to August 9th, and a $4.50 will generate $21. Or we could go out to August 16th and sell a $5 put and collect $50, which gives you a break-even price of $4.50. You guys could also do that. I mean, I've thought about doing this on NIO. I could just sell maybe just 10 puts just for the heck of it and collect $500. And that's really no big deal. It's only $4,500. Make $500 on that, which is a pretty good return, because 10% of 5,000 is 500. So this is a 10% return in just a little over a month and a half, which is really good. If you get assigned, your break even is down to $4.50. This is again a 48 delta, but then if I get assigned the shares, then I can just hold them until earnings, and when the price goes up, I can sell for a profit or continue to hold. If you're looking to just take profits, do not sell covered calls near earnings, at least 3 weeks away. So don't go past October 16th on covered calls. In fact, to be really safe, I'd say July 26th, because if you get caught in a weird position, NIO goes up to 550 and you have a 550 call, it's going to take every bit of those 5 to 6 weeks from July 26th to earnings in order to roll out up to $6. And once you're caught, it's really hard to get out unless the stock price goes down. So be very careful on that. But ultimately, I would even just buy the shares at $4.89, because I think between $4.50 and $5 is a good entry as long as the sector keeps doing well. The way things are in the sector right now with Tesla and Rivian and also NIO, of course, and their sales being up for June, really makes it a good time to buy NIO. And considering the earnings in September is going to include June's revenue and sales and deliveries, means that it's highly likely that the earnings estimate in September is going to meet or beat the expectations, which means the stock price is going to go up quite a bit. So it's a perfect time right now to buy NIO, because this is the chance to actually get NIO and have a profit potential for September. So if you guys have been looking to get into NIO because of everything going on currently, this is the perfect time to do so. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe, tap the bell, and give me a thumbs up, as it greatly helps the channel grow. And don't forget, guys, if you are looking to improve your financial wealth, I would love to help you. I offer one-on-one coaching, full training course, Discord, and my full masterclass boot camp. Limited spots remain. You guys can sign up at any time at investwithcorey.com. Link is in the information box below. I hope to get the opportunity to help you guys achieve the financial success and freedom that you deserve. Don't worry, guys. I know this video is over, but I picked out another video just for you. You guys are going to like it, and it's right here. Click this video. You guys are going to love it. I picked it just for you. And remember, until the next video, let's grow our wealth together. Take care, guys. Click the video. What are you waiting for? It's a great video. You're going to love it. I'll see you over there. Don't worry. I'll be right over there with you. Click it.